All right, then. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk to me. I'm Samantha Shepherd with Shepherd Elder Law. I'm here with Lettiann Southerland. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Samantha, thank you so much. It's so good to see you today. I am, as you said, Lettiann Southerland. I'm broker owner of Lettiann and Associates Real Estate Services in Leawood, Kansas. We are a boutique real estate offices with an emphasis on service and value, licensed in both Kansas and Missouri. And I'll tell you, Samantha, I opened up my independent boutique real estate office, Lettiann and Associates Real Estate Services, just over 3 years ago. In an effort to put the word professional back into our profession. I take what I do very seriously. Real estate for me is a lifestyle. I'm going just approaching 20 years in the business, and I think persons need to understand who they hire with their biggest asset, which is real estate, is very important. It's really important to hire the right person, get your questions answered. And it's not necessarily all about the transaction. It could be, interim, research phase. What do I do? What's the best direction? And I always say the facts don't lie. Let's talk about it and find out the facts so you can make an educated decision whether to move or not.
So in Shepherd Elder Law, we do wills and trusts and estates, but we also really focus on seniors when people are in this stage of life where they're trying to figure out, should I move? Should I not move? So there's an awful lot of opportunity for my clients to figure out a good relationship with a realtor. Tell me what your experience has been with the senior population.
I love seniors. I always have, probably more so than toddlers, but don't tell my grandkids that.
I was going to say, did I catch you out there saying you like seniors?
No, and it's so very true. In fact, I just had a couple reach out to me yesterday. They've already, they're a senior couple. I'm meeting them next week for the first time in person. And they just told me that they just secured a place at a local independent living place that also offers, the rest of the those opportunities as skilled nursing, et cetera, et cetera. And it's a big process. I mean, just providing them value of who's going to help them clean out the house.
Do you see it more of a holistic approach? So you realize with the senior population, it's more than just what's the best I can get for your house?
Oh, I don't think whether if you're a senior or a millennial, that should never be a question. What's the best I can get for my house? It's not about the money, in my opinion. It's about the service, the connection. How is that person who a senior is going to hire assist them with what do I do with all my things? How do I estate plan if I haven't? Who do you know, right? To help them with the process. For anyone, whether you're 25 or 85, the real estate process is terribly emotional and physical.
Oh, very well put. It's very emotional. It's the number one asset that they've lived in, loved, raised their families in. So that transition for my population, I take them on, the seniors are my population. That transition from it's time to accept that I need a little help, which is usually the impetus for a move into, even if we want to portray it as we're moving into a community, it's still because something is worrisome. So they need a team, and you're part of that team. So what are some—
Absolutely. I would think a key factor, especially with someone like you with estate planning and some guidance and trust, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's and I always say, do you have family nearby? Because I'm always hopeful for that, right?
Yeah.
For the emotional support or dinner. I even asked these folks, I never met them, because I found out they didn't live very far from me. And I said, are you ready to embark on this very big project? She's like, oh, I've been working on it. My husband's been making meals. And she's just, it's a process.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is a process. Well, when people are coming to you, what do you think that we could share with them as unique about you as a person that lends you to this particular profession? Is that a hard one?
No, it's not. It's not hard at all. Service and value. What value is your real estate professional going to bring to this transaction? It's not putting a sign in the yard and coming up with a price. Anyone can do that, right? It's the connection, it's the trust. I mean, honesty and integrity should be at the forefront, your profession, Samantha, and mine. I always tell people, honor your intuition. And I also say, interview at least 3 persons.
That's
right?
a good point. And what should they ask when interviewing?
They should ask, how well do you know the area? I typically, Samantha, ask them first, what are you looking for in a brokerage or a real estate professional when you're interviewing them? And most of the time, they don't say, whoever gets the most for my house.
That was me being cynical, was it? Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's
All right,
important.
sorry.
It's not the only factor, though. I mean, it's very important. Of course, you need to price it appropriately and get the facts to back the price that you're suggesting where they list. It's not about what I think or feel. It's not about what they think or feel. It's actually someone doing the research, a real estate professional, not slapping it together. I take pricing a home very seriously, and there's a strategy behind it. And it's no longer, Samantha, let's price it 10 or 20,000 above market value, and because people are going to negotiate us down. No way. Today, and we're in 2021 of January, the pricing spot on to market value, because buyers are super savvy, because inventory is so low. They know the market. You can't fool them. And oftentimes there's more than one person who's going to be interested in your home. Again, historically low inventory across the nation.
So I interrupted you again. So I asked you, or I wanted to ask you, the questions to ask so you said interview, which is interesting. You didn't just say come right to me. You said shop, which means you want them to realize there are differences. You said ask, how well do you know the area? What are some other questions? How long have you been doing this? Is the time in the industry relevant for the professional that you choose?
I think it is. However, that's why I didn't bring that up. In my opinion, if you have someone who's relatively new to real estate and they have a limited number of clients, anyone here who's in my office who is that way, they're going to give that client, 175% of their time. Now, you select a team, cautious of teams, because we don't have a team. So if you're interviewing me, you got me. A lot of places, teams, you're interviewing the listing appointment person. And then if that seller falls in love and, really not falls in love, really trusts and honors that listing person, sometimes they pass the baton to the next person and you don't see them anymore. So very good question. Also, someone who is so busy, are they really going to have the ability and the time to give you 150%? So you want someone who's not too big and having too many clients at one time. Integrity matters. And just ask, are you the person that's going to actually be listing my home? Or do you have a team of people that it's going to be a different person that's coming around every time? I wish we had more time, because I know we have like 10 minutes and I'm trying to
We could talk for hours, couldn't we?
I could talk for hours.
Well, real estate is very personal. We could go back and talk about when you first bought a house and you first sold a house. People come to us also. We're an elder law firm, but we're wills and trusts to begin with. So people are estate planning, which means they're young couples sometimes, and the very first thing that they buy as a couple is a house. So you're probably seeing those couples in those early stages. What do you think? I'm going to turn this on you a bit. What do you think about making sure that your couples, part of their big picture is that they have an opportunity to have a will or a trust perhaps in place, or a power of attorney? Do you ever feel that you're in the position to educate about that?
I honestly know, but I'm going to bring it to the forefront of my mind now, because young couple, you don't think that to even mention that for a will or a trust or a power of attorney. So you're suggesting that we all have powers of attorney, whether we're ill or not. Is that what you're suggesting?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Powers of attorney, we should not wait until we're ill. They should happen at the time of, 18 in an ideal world. But I was
I'm going to write
asked,
it down. I don't have a power of attorney. I'm making my note to myself.
well, if you don't have a power of attorney, that means you don't have a will, which means you need to have a discussion with me that isn't being videotaped. But it's okay. Put your face away. It's okay. No shame.
This is great to know. I mean, why not be proactive at 18, 25, 30? Why not?
As soon as you have a child, you have an immediate concern about naming somebody to take care of your children. So that's one. But the other thing I was going to say is property acquisition. When you acquire your biggest asset, that's the time you should be thinking, and what happens to that in the event of my untimely demise or my timely demise? I need to have a plan. So that should be, maybe it could be your sub office. You could have an estate planning office on the side.
If I knew more about it, because I mean, I don't think I'm an estate planner. I'll leave that to you. But
Okay.
we can certainly, this is great insight for me as well, Samantha. So thank you for all these, great tips that we generally don't think about.
I appreciate you. One of the things I found that we get from the chamber is a community, and we get this sense in the Leawood Chamber, in the Overland Park Chamber, in all of them really around here, is a sense of other professionals who want to, as you said, have integrity, do the right thing, and refer and learn about their fellow business people who, so for example, you might in our conversation learn about a great auction company, or you might learn about a great home health agency. And the more information you share with me about people that you think have been solid in your experience, the better off my clients are. I share that information with them. So I'm super pleased that you took a moment out of your busy life.
So grateful for the opportunity, Samantha.
You're welcome. Lettiann, where are you physically located?
We are 14105 Overbrick Road in Leawood, Kansas.
What's that close to, since I'm geographically challenged?
Christ Community Church is across the street from Kenneth, or Highlands Ranch is a community right across the way there. We're just south of 135th and State Line. That's just south.
Are you meeting people in person still?
Oh yeah, we're meeting people at where they are with their comfort level, right? So maybe we're not meeting as often as we would. And if someone, there's again strategies behind all of that, but the beauty of Zoom or any type of virtual meeting just lets us all continue with our business and providing value and information to others.
Well, this is probably not the question I should be asking you, maybe unfair before I let you go, is should the clients be negotiating with their broker in terms of a price, not the house listing price, but should the client be negotiating their percent commission, or is it something that is industry established?
They can, and if they start to have that conversation with me. Now, granted, if you're over $1 million, there's room to, there's some adjustments that are made on the standard 6% commission. But I always say you get what you pay for. And if someone's already told you they're going to knock off 2% of their commission, how quickly are they going to to give up your money? And you get what you pay for. I've seen it too many times that you're not going to get the full marketing value, because in everybody's mind, you've just gotten a discount. So great, you hired the discounted realtor. You know what? You just got a discounted realtor.
Lettiann, you're funny, and I appreciate your
I mean, it's true. I mean, I'm not kidding. I mean, it's very true. It happens time and time again. They'll call me and go, well, you were right. We just wasted 2 months of our life. Come list our house, please. Because I won't take certain listings just because they want to knock a couple percents off the top. That's not even the point of the matter. It's the questions to ask are, what are you going to do to marketing? How are you going to get the word out about my house? What are you on social media and active? And are you going to be promoting my property on social media?
See, now you're giving me those questions. That's exactly what I wanted out of you, girl. All right. Again, pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great afternoon.
Look forward to seeing you in person, Samantha. Thank you so much.